Happy Monday. So, something I want to talk about is just going to go right to the point. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend and that you are anchoring yourself with these energies coming in. It just seems like it's just like these energies rolling in with light work, solar flares, changes going on, a lot of interesting things happening on the Earth grid, and this game that's being played right now. I feel like anybody else feel like things are kind of like amping up, like speeding up? I feel like, I don't know, but time just seems to be going so fast lately. It's like, before I know it, 5 hours has gone. It only feels like it's been like 1 hour. It's crazy. But other than that, there's something that I really, really want to touch on. Is and that has to do with false teachings and false information coming into the New Age community. I'm seeing a lot of stuff coming in that is confusing a lot of people, especially those who have not been on this path for a while. Those who are new on this path and newly awakened, those are the ones that are going to be more affected by this stuff, because they're trying to find something to hold on to that will help them understand what's going on and what's happening. That will give them hope. That will give them a feeling of like, this is truth. This is something that I'm going to go into this, but there are some teachings that are being spread around on social media that you really need to be careful of, because they're twisting certain truths and making it so that you're confused about something you just learned about. Like, okay, this is what I've been resonating with for the past 10 years, and now suddenly you're going to throw a twist on it. And this is confusing to me. So here's my advice. You need to go within. If something doesn't resonate with your soul, let it go. If it feels uncomfortable, maybe think about it, but don't sit in it, okay? Because if you are finding yourself having to come back to this thought over and over, like, is this really true? Like, I don't know, like, then that's false. Because when something is true, when you stumble upon information that you resonate with and you feel that is truth, you know it right away. It will sit in your soul and you will go, okay, that's the truth. I don't need to come back to it again, because your soul knows what's the truth, okay? Also, anything that is fear-based, they might shed light. A lot of the things that they're twisting, they shed light on something that it's like, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay, I see that I see how that's true. But then they'll turn it and make it fear-based. And that's where you need to have your red flags, the red lights come on and be like, okay, why is this fear-based? Why is some, like, if you are finding, you're like, oh no, well, you're finding so, oh no, like, Like, I need to be scared of this that's coming in. This information that's coming in, it's making me fear something else. Then a fear-based religion, a fear-based spiritual teaching is in accordance, if it's in accordance to the light. My belief is that that is false teaching, because when you are heart-centered and living from the heart, that is your true essence. That your love is the true essence of God. Nothing else. Love, all this other stuff is just distraction. Oh, let's play a game. Let's move. Let's push this group this way. Let's push this group that way. The true state of being is love. Nothing else. If any spiritual teaching is telling you that you need to fear this, and you need to fear that, and you need to this is evil, and that's evil, and this is evil, and this is evil, and you need to stop doing this because that's evil. It's like, okay, first of all, as far as evil goes, somebody pointed out evil is, if you spell evil in reverse, it's live, right? Polar opposites. Many people fear death. Okay, they fear death because they don't know what's on the other side. They don't know if they're going to encounter evil on the other side. That's their fear. Living is no fear. We've discovered that a lot of people have discovered through 2020 and this whole COVID thing. Those that are living fear-based, they fear death. Those that don't fear death are living. You see what I'm saying? Life is eternal. You are an eternal soul. You are living. Death is just a transition to another state of being. Okay, so when someone says this is evil and that's evil and blah blah blah, yeah, there are bad things that happen. My point is, if a spiritual teacher is telling you to fear everything, what does that do? Brings your vibration down. It lowers your power as a true divine soul, a created soul of God. It brings down that I am power inside you because you're fearing something. You're fearing, oh, the Anunnaki, oh, the reptilians. We need to fear that. We need to fear them. No, we don't. Because your true essence is divine and holy and one with God. You don't need to fear that. And the more people point out things that we need to be concerned about, or this, oh no, don't go there. Oh no, don't go there because it's bad. Okay, I understand that you want people to stay away from certain vibrations and energy. Remember, everything is energy. You know, anything that is bad or evil is energy. Positive is energy. Negative is energy. All right. We are all energetic beings. You know, so when somebody puts their focus on, oh no, we must stay away from the reptilians, oh, we must stay away from this, and yada yada yada. Like, really, you need to be focused on, when we focus on love and being heart-centered and healing ourselves and raising our vibration, then we don't need to be feared. Like, where's your focus? Is your focus on fearing the reptilians? Is it focused on fearing that which you don't understand? Is it focused on, the Nibiru, whatever solar system that's here now, that's impacting our planet and the weather and the atmosphere and creating all kinds of crazy weather? Are we supposed to fear that? No. The more we focus on something, the more we give it power. Right now, where does our power need to be? Our power needs to be right here, in the heart and in the soul. That's where our power needs to be. It doesn't need to be on so if you want someone to stay away from the dark, from doing something that will lead them down a bad path, let's say you have a child, okay? You have a toddler who you're watching them, you're letting them explore a room or whatever. Like, let's say they've never been in this room before in someone's house, and this person's house is not used to having children, right? So they have a lot of fragile things, and some of these things in the house, the child could endanger them with, right? So we're watching them, and we're like letting them explore, letting them touch things, But then when we see our child approaching an object that could harm them, what do? This is what we should be doing, in a calm manner, saying, hey, Joey, okay, don't touch that. It's best we go over here. It's not safe to go over here. Let's go over here. We move them in a different place where they're safe, where they're focused on in a better environment, right? Let's say we move them to another room that's more safe for them to play in. Our goal is to get people back to the heart. Our goal is to get people to be living from the heart, right? The more we focus on negative things, the more we give it power. Do we need to be aware? Yes, we need to be aware. We need to make that child aware that object is sharp and they could hurt themselves, right? But we don't need to be giving them fear about it. But then we need to be taking them to a place where they're not going to be near that object, by putting them in a place of in a room. Let's say we move, like I said, move them to another room where they're safe and they're going to be in a joyful, they can roam, you know what I'm saying, where they can explore and play in a safe environment, and they can just be in their true vibration and their joyful, loving selves without having to worry about, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, we need to be aware of certain things, but we don't need to be always focusing on what could hurt us. Because when we do that, we're giving it power. And that's exactly what they want, So there's a lot of confusing information going on, I've noticed, especially in the last couple weeks. And I'm also seeing a lot of trolling going around. People in the spiritual community going, this person is evil, blah, 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 blah. This person is trying to do this to you, da, 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 da. And I'm noticing that And it's inducing fear into those people and making them think, oh, well, maybe this person, maybe like making them think twice about like when some of these people have really been doing the work and being heart-centered, and maybe their teachings aren't 100%. Maybe, I mean, they're still learning themselves. Like a lot of us who are teaching now are still learning things ourselves. Soul evolvement is a constant learning process. As we're teaching, we're also learning. So you have to understand that, maybe someone doesn't have all the knowledge of everything, but you should take their experience that they've had on this path of spiritual evolvement a little more serious than someone who's only been on this path for a couple of years and then decides to follow some cult like group that is fear-based. You really need to be careful. And people like to say reptilians are all bad or grays are all... That's not true. There are Palladians that have gone that are negative. There's negative Palladians as well. There's, every race and every culture has those that, have gone down the wrong path. There's those who've gone down the wrong path and come back to the light. I was watching something on Gaia TV the other night, and this is so true. He was, who was it? It was, I forgot. But here's what I'm gonna quote what they said. Someone who's been down the dark path, it's like a rubber band effect. Okay, okay, think of it like a rubber band. You're pulling the rubber band back. The further and further, this is the dark. The further it goes to the dark, and the deeper it goes into the dark, the faster and the farther they're going to go into the light. And I've experienced that with my own life. It's like a rubber band effect. So it is important for us to learn about the dark and how it works. And that's shadow work, okay? And some people think they've done their shadow work and then they realize, oh, maybe I didn't do all my shadow work. Shadow work is facing the ego, not just within yourself, but within others around you. And sometimes it can get pretty dark, and sometimes it can get pretty bad. And we get into the place where this is where addictions come in, depression, and your life is falling apart. It never seems to get right, and everything bad just seems to be happening. This is when we're in resistance to our true essence. But a part of it has to do with programming, cultural conditioning, and fear. Fear is huge. You have to remember that fear is a trap. Fear is your trap, and they're trying to trap people in the New Age community now with fear-based teaching. And that is, to me, that is false light. Anything that makes you fear your own worth, fear your death, fear what you don't know, fear someone else's knowledge and teachings because you've been stuck in this box for how many years of like, you're safe. I'm safe in this religion because this is all I know, and If I go outside the box, I'm wondering what people might think of me. I'm fearing what people might think about me. I'm fearing what my family might think if I go outside of this box because I've been in it for so long. People are going to judge me. I'm fearing judgment. How is that heart-centered? How is that being in a loving vibration? It's not. And I don't know how many times I can talk about this and people still aren't getting it. Like, this is why I left religion. Because I don't like living in fear. That's not living. You're not living when you're fearing everything. And it's not to deny that, there aren't negative beings and negative things happening. That's not what this is about. This is about being in your true essence and not letting those things affect your true essence. So, if anything is teaching you to fear something else, you need to walk away from it. Because it is not serving you. It is not serving your highest interest, and it's not helping you be the divine, healing, beautiful, powerful God spark that you are. We're all part of God. We are all sparks of God who have gone into the universe to experience different role-playing things for soul expansion. We're expanding God's awareness. That's what we're doing with this existence. Anyway, I just had to get that all out. So, yeah. Please be aware of these things. If anything is teaching you to fear something, if their main focus is on it's making you confused. Just if you are confused about anyone's teaching or it's overwhelming and you feel and it's making you fear something, come back to the center of yourself, back to God, and be like, you know what? I know that God loves me. I know that I love God. I know I am part of God. And I am resonating in love. I'm loving unconditionally as best to my ability. And that's where you need to be. That's it. Nothing else really matters that is what truly matters. Everything else is just, sit in your true essence. Don't worry about all this other stuff that is like out there that's okay, we need to be like talking about all this Anunnaki and what the true God and archangels are this and that and all these different things that are like, yeah, it's kind of cool to learn about these different beings and entities and these different agendas going on. It's kind of neat to see what's unraveling around the world right now and how certain things are dismantling. Okay, but what's really important? What's really important? You, your soul, your heart. That's the most important thing, not all this other stuff. And you're, and where you are with God. That's the most important thing. And I just wanted to really express that. So I love you all, and I hope you all have a great week. And, I'm thinking maybe I'll throw in some tarot readings. I haven't really done that much on my channel, but maybe I'll throw that in there sometime this week. We'll see where things are at. I'm going to start working on another program. It has to do with relationship healing. That's my next one, because I have been through some pretty a few toxic relationships in my life, and I've learned a lot through them. So I really want to share with a lot of mostly divine feminines on, how to heal from those and come out of that as a rising phoenix. Like, be the beautiful, amazing, divine goddess that you are, and how to get there. Because when you're, like I said, you're that rubber band, and you're done. You're done. You're gonna let go. You're gonna go flying to the light, right? But it's scary because you're like, what? I need to get away from here as soon as possible. But I'm not used to being in the light. How do I stay here and not retreat back? So, how do I heal myself? So that is my focus for my next course. And so I'm very excited. But anyway, I love you all, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.